Hello everyone, Mrs Harrison again here with my story for today, Tuesday. I am reading The Last Wolf. Now, this story is written by Minnie Gray, which those of you in Key Stage 1 I'm sure will realise is the same author as a very famous Traction Man story, which I know Key Stage 1 were working on last week, and I think this week they're working on Turbo Dog. Is that what it's called? Turbo Dog, which is also a book written by Minnie Gray. So she's a very good author indeed, and really becoming one of my favourites. So this is a tree-friendly adventure. The Last Wolf. One day, Little Red put on her hunting hat and boots, flung her pop gun on her back, packed up her lunchbox with some supplies, and said to her mum, "I'm off to catch a wolf." "That's all right," thought Red's mum to herself. "There hasn't been a wolf around here for at least 100 years. "Good luck, Red," she said, "and don't be late for tea." Red went a-stalking through the forest. She lurked behind a tree and jumped out on a bin bag. She slithered through the bracken and pounced on a tree stump. Red wandered deeper into the forest. It grew shadowy and she lost her path. There was whooling noises and grabby twigs. Red started to run. She ran and tripped, but what was this? Some sort of door. She tried the doorknob and knocked and banged, and the door was opened by the last wolf of the land. The last wolf was living in a cosy tree cave, along with the last lynx and the last bear. Here's the last lynx, it's a big cat, and here's the last bear. And it definitely looks very cosy. We've got pictures on the wall: Old Granny Wolf, Oscar Wolf, Wolf of Wolf Hall, Little Lord Fauntle Wolf. We've got Virginia Wolf down here, very funny, Wolfgang Wolf. And you can see the bear is eating some acorns, and they're playing what looks like Snakes and Ladders, and he's reading a newspaper called Woodland News. What, nothing to be afraid of there, just a cosy house of wild animals. "You must be a human child," said the last wolf. "I've never seen one up close before. Come on in and sit down. You're just in time for some tea." "I didn't know wolves drank tea," said Red. "There may be quite a few things you don't know," said the last wolf. They gave Red a cup of tea and told her all about the good old days, when there were endless miles of forest to run through and 1,000 tasty grazing beasts to bite. Now, when you look at this picture in the actual book, it's a really nice picture because there are loads of wild animals all through this forest, in the trees, on the top of them, underneath them, on the floor. Back in the good old days, when the world was awash with flowers and bees and dripping with honey. The bear looks very happy in that picture. And when you could just lie on a branch and wait for lunch to wander right under your paws. You're just having a little rest. Oh, there's some food. Nowadays, catching a square meal is a difficult business. The pickings are slim and the packaging is hard to get into. And you can see there, this picture here is pretending to be like a detective, like a human being in a coat there, hanging around on some rubbish that's been left at the side of the road, sifting through some rubbish outside restaurants. He's got a sock there. It's hardly something nice to eat, is it? They looked longingly at Little Red. What huge hungry eyes you all have," she said. Now, Little Red's face is looking a little bit worried because they certainly look hungry. And out of her lunchbox she took a hard-boiled egg, a sausage roll, a chicken sandwich and an apple, which sounds like a very nice lunch to me, very delicious, well balanced. "It's not very fast on its feet, this egg," said the wolf. "It's quite easy to catch this sausage roll," said the bear. And the last link chased the chicken sandwich round and round the cave until it was wounded. Red ate the apple and wondered how she could help. But it had grown dark and late. "It's getting dark," said Red, "and I need to go. My mum will be starting to miss me." She thought of the shadowy wild wood that was waiting outside. "I think," said the last wolf, "we'd better walk with you till you find your path." So Little Red and the last wolf and the last bear and the last lynx wound their way back through the last woods that were left. So a little bit scary here, because when I first read this, I'm thinking, I'm not sure I trust that wolf because he's very hungry and why would he want to go out with her? But also look at this picture. It's not really a very big forest at all, is it? It's just a few trees. And it's surrounded by loads and loads and loads of houses. And that's what makes this story so special, really, because it's about understanding why that's a very sad thing. Well, let's see what happens. Until they reached the very last tree and saw the lights of Red's home and her mum missing her. "Don't forget your lunchbox," said the last bear. "Goodbye, you wild things," said Red. "I think I know what you need." But they had already gone. After dinner, Red's mum found a sign on Red's bedroom door. Here's a sign. "Wanted, more trees please. If you see some, tell Red." "Well, we'd better make some," said Red's mum. "All you need is a seed, some earth, sun, air, water and, for a really wonderful tree, about 100 years. One day, these trees will be amazing." And you can see she's planted 3 trees. I wonder if any of you might be able to guess which type of trees these are by the shape of those leaves. I'm pretty sure lots of you will, actually, knowing how clever you are at Rackham. And if you look behind the leaves, you can see the wolf and the lynx and the bear watching with hopeful eyes. And on the last page, which is my favourite page in the book, you can see there lots and lots of trees. 3 trees, which I think are the 3 trees that she probably planted all those years ago. And I don't know how many years it took for them to get this big, but I'd imagine quite a few. But certainly you can see animals in the trees and the lynx and the bear and the wolf playing, which is a wonderful story. Now, I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, Minnie Gray, a very good author. I think she's written quite a few more. I'm certainly going to be looking into that because I really enjoyed that book. And it fits in well with our messages at the moment about being at one with nature, trying to make sure we've got some more wild areas for the wildlife in our world to live in. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again tomorrow for another story. Thank you.